the making of the CSS style, I considered the visual and interactive aspect of the website. For the base style of the whole web page, I use a universal selector for consistency and prevent layout breakage for all the different browsers. The fonts I use are from Google Fonts, Orbitron for the headers, and Honest for the normal text. I customize it to my liking to fit the website by adding a gradient effect for the Orbitron header 1. For the rest of the header, it is adjusted based on the sizing, and each font includes font optical sizing properties to adjust based on the font size value and placement on the website. Moving on, we have the navigation bar. It is designed in a flex box for the horizontal row with a gap between the links positioned on the top left. The links are white by default, but they change to a shade of blue in the span of 0.3 seconds when they are hovered over. The layout and utilities section is where I store the reusable layout classes. These include center class, flexbox, and description containers. Most notably, I have here the grid used for the Milky Way structures, which displays the main picture on the left and stacked three small pictures on the right. This is achieved by using grid row span that merges multiple rows in one area. The fourth is the button section, where the button has a base style to ensure a consistent rounded corners, paddings, and pointer cursor. Under the default base is specific buttons design assigned to each section tailored for their uses throughout the web page. They often contain a transition and have a transparent background that changes color. Moving on, we have the boxes and cards section. It is heavily used for storing icons and descriptions. The boxes are designed with a transparent background with the values based on their layout on the web page they're assigned to. For the Milky Way description, I opted for a different design consisting of a purple shaded background. The highlight card for the About Us page is also included. This contains the additional information of the big planetarium displayed in a flex under heading 1. The background images used are all directly from NASA Images website to ensure a good quality image. It is set in a fixed position, allowing users to scroll while the background remains static. In the animation section, slide-in is used for the entry or when the page reloads. For the scroll animation, JavaScript is used to trigger the animation only when the page is scrolled. The next is the form. It is located on the About Us page and positioned at the right side of the body. The value sticky is used to ensure it stays in view as the user scrolls down in the left section of the screen where the information about the client is stored. In the quiz container, the buttons are displayed in a 2x2 grid under the planet section. For the footer, it is split into two parts. We have the navigation footer and the credit footer for all pages. The navigation footer shows two clickable images for the two other pages. At the bottom, it contains the list of the sources used to design the web page. Lastly, Media Query is added for responsiveness. It's made for tablets with 768 pixels and 480 pixels for mobile phones. It reorganizes the layout that includes shrinking the fonts for the text, while the mobile stacks the content on top of each other. This is achieved by using important to override the previous styles set on the elements. Moving on to the JS functions, the first function we have is the scroll animation. The animation is applied on the elements using query selector all, adding an intersection observer to watch if the element enters the viewport. This will trigger the scroll and show the content in a fade-in animation. Once it is executed, it will not repeat when the user scrolls back up. This is done by implementing unobserved. In the landing page, a background change is implemented. I stored 7 NASA images by using URLs in an array called backimages. I use a variable current img index to track which image is on display. When the button is clicked, the index goes up by 1, and the modulus operator is used to continuously cycle the images. The quiz section stores a 5-part questions in an array containing 4 choices for each question. To determine the correct answer is correct is used as a placeholder for the true or false value of the choices. To display the question, it is called by start quiz function, and when proceeding to the next question, reset state clears the button that labels the choices A to D. When an answer is clicked, it will display green for the correct choice and red for the wrong ones. It will update the score display and wait for a few seconds before proceeding to the next one. For the last phase, it will display the result and a try again button. If it's pressed, it will automatically restart the quiz with the same questions. The last JavaScript function is the form. It asks for the name, email, and message from the user. In order to validate the credential, it will check if all the boxes are filled and look for the @ symbol in the email before enabling the user to proceed to the next phase. Once it is submitted, it will display a personalized message with the email and name. With the use of inner HTML, it replaces the input of the user and overwrites the form.